Oh my God, please don't tell me that these motherfuckers are the ones who are responsible for the closer I get to you, the more you make me see. You mean to tell me Juicy Fruit Mtume is responsible for that? Girl.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold down.
Arista wanted to get Phyllis back in the studio quickly, and the only question was with whom. She had expressed an interest in working again with Barry Manilow, which might have offered her a second chance at conquering the pop charts. But Clive poo-pooed that idea. He had recently acquired a new artist to add to his growing stable at Arista, the legendary Dionne Warwick, an industry veteran known for her string of Burt Bacharach produced hits on Skepta Records. Her fortunes at Warner, her last label, had been few. Clive thought he could revive her career and quickly teamed her up with Manilow. I can see that happening because Burt Bacharach and Manilow kind of got that same zhuzh, so I can see it. Unlike Phyllis, though, who only got one song, Warwick got an entire Manilow-produced album. Warwick fared far better than Phyllis in her musical marriage with Manilow. The album, simply titled Dionne, was considered her comeback and quickly went platinum. In addition, the single I'll Never Love This Way Again soared to number 5, pop number 18, R&B number 5, adult contemporary, and went gold, while Deja Vu went to number 15, pop number 25, R&B number 1, adult contemporary. With Manilow not an option, Phyllis' first choice was Quincy Jones, but Clive vetoed the idea as well, most likely because he feared such a collaboration would take Phyllis back to her jazz roots. Understandable. He trying to create pop over here. I ain't got no jazz section over here. This ain't jazz. This ain't Arista jazz. This is Arista pop. But Clive vetoed the idea as well, most likely because he feared such a collaboration would take Phyllis back to her jazz roots, which he thought she needed to abandon in order to achieve across-the-board commercial success. At about this time, Clive brought Larkin Arnold on board to head the label's black music division. A powerful black attorney and A&R man from the West Coast, Arnold had recently had great success bringing Capitol Records' black music division to life. Arnold brought with him to Arista Andre Perry, an up-and-coming A&R man from Warner Records. Perry assumed the responsibilities of product manager to most of Arista's black acts, including Phyllis, Angela Bofield, Tom Brown, GQ, Ray Parker Jr., and Radio, and of course Dionne Warwick, who because of her stature in the industry was top priority. Initially, at least, Phyllis was considered a priority of sorts too. I think Clive wanted to go with someone that had more R&B potential than Dionne had, said Perry. Dionne obviously was a pop diva, and Phyllis became a high priority because he saw the potential she had. Perry saw the potential too. It was he, in fact, who suggested the production team of Lucas/Mtume as possible producers for Phyllis. Now, we all know Mtume. Juicy Fruit And you, me, and he. Child, I don't know how old I was, but you couldn't tell me that I wasn't struggling like that lady was in that song. The pain I feel grows each day. Then we find our way. And once Clive blessed the idea, Arnold made the call. Reggie Lucas and James Mtume had met in the early 70s when they, like former Phyllis collaborator Michael Henderson, were members of Miles Davis's band. You know what? I got that book. The two had their first taste of chart success as songwriters the year before when Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway took one of their collaborations. Oh my God, please don't tell me that these motherfuckers are the ones who are responsible for the closer I get to you, the more you make me see. Over and over again, I tried to tell myself that we could never be more than friends. You mean to tell me Juicy Fruit Mtume is responsible for that? Girl, the two had their first taste of chart success as songwriters the year before when Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway took one of their compositions, The Closer I Get to You, to the #1 spot on R&B chart, #2 on pop. Most recently, Lucas and Mtume had helped Stephanie Mills transition her success from the Broadway stage, where she started as Dorothy in The Wiz for the past 4 years, to the record charts. Producing her debut album for the 20th Century label, they scored big with these some bad mother hunchies. You hear me? Touching gently, feel the love in me. Tell me what you're gonna do with my loving. Oh my God, I can't believe. Oh my God, these some bad mother hunchies. And let me just pause on that Stephanie Mills. One of my subbies was like, my son say all you do is talk about Bird of Gordy. I do kind of feel like from time to time I always do reach back to Bird of Gordy. But it just seems like everything moves in a circle, y'all. I'm talking a lot in this video. But anyway, I'm telling you that Motown gooped the shiz out of that little girl. They had Stephanie Mills thinking that she was about to be the star in that movie. Answer no. We know we're not fitting to make you the star. What we're going to do is give you a contract over here at Motown that's not going to go nowhere. But man, c'est la vie. And here come Lucas / Mtume. Them some bad motherfuckers. Why they stop working together? Producing her debut album for the 20th Century label, they scored big with the single What You're Gonna Do With My Lovin'. It peaked at #8 R&B, #22 pop, giving Mills her first taste of pop success and proving that Lucas and Mtume were quite capable of producing crossover hits. Phyllis had known Lucas and Mtume since her earliest days in New York, when the duo would often take in her club gigs around town. So she was agreeable to working with them when Arnold approached her with the idea. Once in the studio, however, the match appeared to be made in a place far south of heaven. Phyllis was a live performer and liked to have a crowd in the studio to sing to, but her new producers weren't having it. We didn't want an entourage in the studio with her, and after the very first session, I took her aside and told her that Mtume recalled. Phyllis acquiesced and never brought another soul back to the studio, not even Larry. Well, good. Pause. Let me say this about cancers. Okay, remember this. Cancers are honeybees. Okay, queen bees. And I'm telling you, I told y'all all y'all want to do is sit around the house and stick up some niggas' ass and cook your children dinner. That's all y'all want to do. And to you all's detriment, sometimes, like I said, at the cost of success. If you don't have people swirling around you like, little worker bees, you don't want no part of it. No, I don't want to go nowhere. Why would I go somewhere? They not going to be sweating me. I want to be sweated. I want everybody to be paying attention to me and doing what I say. I want to be in charge. And if I can't be in charge, I don't want no parts of it. And you all do it unconsciously. That's why you all stay in the house. When you stay in the house, you are in control of your kingdom. Outside, you have to get along with other people. Sometimes you have to acquiesce to other people. Sometimes you got to allow other people to be in charge. And that's not what the queen bee does. That's not what she do. She don't want nobody else to be in charge. No, hover around me. I'm the queen. And get upset when people find enjoyment with other people in front of them. So they will alienate themselves because they only want people to love them. So they stay in the house. It was one of the first indicators for Phyllis, who stated after the release of her last album that she wanted to become more involved in the recording process, that she wouldn't be able to exert much influence here. Phyllis was trying to the best of her ability to keep Clive happy and stay in his good graces. She'd released 2 albums, 3 if you counted the limited release of Sing a Song, and still had no substantial hits to show for it. Lucas and Mtume had proved they could make a hit, a #1 hit, and Phyllis knew she needed them. But Phyllis didn't like having to rely on anyone. No, I don't want to do what you say. You do what I say. I'm the queen bee. You listen to me. Child, they don't like it. They don't like it. I'm telling y'all, success could be right there, and them bitches refuse to go over there to success. If success means that she would have to allow another woman to be the queen bee, she ain't doing it. Losing control caused her to become fearful. I didn't say it. That's what the fuck the books say. And that fear, more often than not, took the form of anger when Phyllis tried to express herself. One of the biggest conflicts took place while recording what would become the album's title track and its first single, You Know How to Love Me. Journalist David Nathan, who had passed by the session at Mtume's invitation, recalled the fury of Phyllis's short fuse.
Hey.